So we're all
Yeah,
good.
it's an hour earlier, so yeah. So
Right.
yeah, I can
We're
go
live.
later tonight. We are live. Trying to
Top of
organize
the
the
morning
show.
to you.
Yeah, top of the morning. I was
Top
just
of the
talking about
morning.
that the other day, and they're like, we're trying to do a like Irish accent, and I'm like, no, I'm Irish and I can't do it.
Yeah,
If
not
I
a good
tried to
idea.
do it, I go, if you try to do it, you sound like you're selling a box of cereal.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Exactly. That's everybody's go-to is the Lucky Charms guy. It's like, that's not an Irish accent. It's like,
No,
what are you doing?
no. And if you do it over
Yeah.
here, it's practically a hate crime. So you've got to be a bit
Oh
careful.
yeah. Yep.
You know, I advise against it as a criminal defense lawyer.
Well, that's the funny thing. Over even literally here, it was the same thing between the Irish and the Italians. The
Well,
history
talking of
here.
which, what's with the Italian flag on the hat?
That's my hat.
Yeah,
That's
the
not-
Italian flag. You know,
I don't know. Is your color not adjusted? You gotta have your monitor calibrated because that's orange, my friend.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Looking red.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah, that's orange. Yeah, see, it's got the little shamrock there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thing?
Well,
Where is it?
not
there?
to be outdone, Deej. I mean, you know, one doesn't want to.
There you go. You
Yeah,
always
so I think
you
so.
always come in with something. See, I could put it this way, and I got
Hmm.
it's the Boston, the green bee. Oh, this is my St. Patrick's Day go-to. It's like
There you go. This was £4 of my hard-earned money spent. You know, it's all
it
top
looks like it's
quality.
4 pounds on your head.
Yeah, it feels like it.
So, yeah.
But what's annoying about this is it came with a beard thing, like a ginger beard. Right, I'm going to do this up. I look silly. But all the fur was coming out of it. So it's covered in ginger fur. You can't see it because I picked most of it off, but it was driving me crazy. So I've had to cut the beard off because
I don't even want to reference what ginger fur. So never mind.
No, not going
We're
there.
going to leave that right there.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm going to avoid the Irish jokes as well because I've got plenty
Why?
of them, and I'm not doing that. Well, because I'll get into trouble, Deej.
Yeah. I grew up in a very Italian town as an Irish kid. I'm Irish. Briggs is more English, but my
It is
mother's
Northern England.
my mother's maiden name's Coughlin.
Well,
So-
that's definitely Irish. Yes.
Yeah, you can't get more Irish than that. My
So
grandmother.
how far back before we get to a true blue 100% Irish do we go?
My grandfather Coughlin
Oh,
is
okay.
was 100%. Yeah, my
What part of Ireland, Deej?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure
Okay.
what part. It's like he was an only child. My mother's father was an only child. I'm not like 100% sure of their history. We didn't really talk a lot about that. But they're Irish, and my father's side had a lot of Irish, even though we're Briggs. His mom was it Will? I forget what. I'm not really sure what his mom's maiden name was, but she would like literally look like a leper, redheaded. Like she grew up red hair, fair skin, Irish.
Like what,
Irish
Deej?
as
Were you
Irish
about
could
to
be.
say? What did she look like?
Red hair, like a leprechaun. Yeah. So yeah, it's like as Irish can be. And every time like watching The Town and all the references to Irish people and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that explains it. Stubbornness. There you go. All that, but yeah, I grew up in a very Italian town. There's like 3 family-owned Italian restaurants in the town, and then other, tons of them. And then I'm Irish, and it's like we just always made fun of each other, just fun. The dead end street I grew up on is like surrounded by Galacci's, D'Amelios, Veluti's, Rossetti's. It's like Genoa's. It's like everything. And there are Briggs's and the Considines, Irish people at the end of the street. It's like on one side of me was the Eastwoods, but the mother, her maiden name was Veluti, and her father built the whole street, was the carpenter, the framer, the house builder that built the entire street. So you got, we're surrounded by Italians, and
I'm surprised
we had a healthy rivalry.
Yeah. Well, with the setting Eastwood, surely they should have just cleaned up that one-horse town.
Oh yeah, exactly. I always wanted to be Italian growing up because everybody in the town that was cool was Italian.
Better food, Deej. Better food.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's wrong with potatoes?
Yeah, they're good, but I'll take a lasagna any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Jordan, straight in. Look, clean Irish jokes. Well done. What do you call a fake Irish stone?
Oh,
Jordan
God.
says a
There we
sham
go.
cock.
Here we go. Coming in hot. Yeah.
Yeah, clean, way cleaner than mine. I can't tell any of my hilarious Irish jokes because they're not racist, but they're just not clean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair play. Okay, well there we go. Yeah, so happy St. Patrick's Day, all. Yeah.
Do you guys even celebrate that over there with your history?
Well, yeah, we do. But
I love that.
Well, yeah, but it's not like the Troubles. It's not like that. No one, you're not going to get it. Well, on the mainland, so in England, if you're walking down the street with one of those hats on that I just had on, it doesn't mean anything to anybody. You're not going to get into any kind of trouble. Here, it's more of an excuse to go down the pub and get very, very drunk. And that's
the same here.
More of a kind of but it's a studenty thing. Kind of, people out, getting very drunk. It's not celebrated as a national thing here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just an excuse to get hammered. That's what it's all about.
Same here.
And no, I've not heard of any. There's no, at least here, this side of the Irish Sea. There's no sectarianism that goes with that. There's no kind of we're Irish or English. Let's fight.
Yeah.
There's none of that. There's got way bigger troubles than that. Traditionally, but no, otherwise it's just an excuse to get very drunk.
It's between this St. Patrick's Day and the night before Thanksgiving. That's the big those are the big drinking days here, and careful on the road.
Well, I was explaining to someone earlier this week about it because I'd shown them that hat and the beard thing, and they were appalled at the frivolity of it. But I was explaining to them, they're like, this person said to me, "Is it even a thing over there? They're not going to know what you're doing. They're not going to have a clue." And I'm like, "Oh, no. East Coast of America, St. Patrick's Day is a big deal,
huge."
And I was explaining to this person about the dyed river in Chicago, dyeing it green and all that. It's a big deal. And they were very surprised. But it's like, no. It's way bigger there than it is here, and obviously we're closer.
Yeah. Well, but it's like over here, it was like it's the original. I mean, we're going through it a lot now, and everybody thinks it's unique, but it's the original diversity. It's the Irish, the Italians. That's like one of the original forms of even racism and stuff. Like the Irish were picked on, the Italians were picked on, the Irish that's where we get paddy wagon. It's like the Irish would fight. They'd bring out, and that was the derogatory term. It's like, get the paddy wagon, they're fighting. And it's like, because you threw them in there. It was like, that's what you did. It was like, okay. It's like, that's where you get fighting Irish. It's like, and they were made, in this area, they were made to fight. Instead of chickens, that kind of fighting. They were like, we're going to get these two Irish guys to fight, and we're going to watch them. Okay. And the Irish guy's like, all right. You're not going to beat me up. You just let me beat him up. Okay.
But the East Coast in particular, well, I say East Coast, it's New York up to New Hampshire. So it's New York, Massachusetts are the real concentrations, aren't they? Because it's not into Pennsylvania. It's not up into Maine. It's not down as far as Washington. It's literally, you tell me if I'm wrong, but this is as I understand it. It's New York and New Jersey and surrounding areas, and then it's Mass. Is that right or not?
Well, that's where that's where you would get the heaviest concentration and the deepest history, right? And just because that's the deepest, pretty much the deepest history of the area. It's like when they started when they originally started coming over, that's where they went. And that's where, and then they settled and kept their roots here because Irish are stubborn, right? And it's like I said, if you listen to that Joe Rogan comedies, like when he does the breakdown of the country and he's like, the people that left the East Coast are like, we're out of here. We're looking for a better life. So they're not stubborn. They went, and then he breaks down where everybody stopped. And it's like, but the East Coast, nope, not leaving. And that's the Irish, right? So that's why you have the heavier concentration. But then to your point of over there, it's like everybody drink it's not as concentrated as you get throughout the country, but everybody celebrates it, Irish or not. It's just fun. And it's like, it's the original version of the melting pot. It's like the day, oh, we celebrate the Irish, we celebrate this. It's like, I mean, in my town we had the oh God, St. Rocco's was a festival that we had, St. Rocco's Festival for the Italians. That was in August, big, huge party, carnival, weekend long thing. So yeah, it's fun. And it's like, I mean, I don't drink as like I used to, but it's still fun. So I used to do it with the kids when the kids were growing up. I'd made like the corned beef and cabbage, and I didn't eat the cabbage, but I cooked it with it. Did the whole corned beef, potatoes, blah, 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 all that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Well, like I said, here it's just Guinness and lots of it, and everybody just getting absolutely trolleyed. There won't be. I mean, in town, I mean, I live out in the suburbs, but down in town tonight, there will be students, and that getting absolutely off their faces. None of them Irish, none of them ever been to Ireland, but that's all they need to just drink the night away. So it's a celebration. It's not and it's nothing more than that. The troubles as they were are a very different thing, and even that's not. I mean, I say that as a 51-year-old, but and of course I was in New Zealand and Spain, so we never lived through any of the issues of the 70s and the 80s. Whereas since the Good Friday Agreement of 98, and of course I know it's 98 because that was signed. The Good Friday Agreement.
That long? That short ago?
Yeah. Wow. So that Good Friday Agreement was signed on the day that I got a call from a chap called Rich Cowdell, who was calling me from Boxford, Massachusetts, to ask me if I wanted to go to camp that summer. And it was the day of the Good Friday signing. This is how I remember it. Now I know it. So yeah, it was. So that was 98, and since then it's not been an everyday thing here. Most people, certainly not again on the mainland. Most people just don't even. It doesn't enter into their consciousness at all. But that's not to belittle what came before. So yeah. Also, Andrew Panner says my missus is a Belfast girl. Well, there we go. Nice. Yeah, there you go. Nice. So, Andrew, you're going to know about the troubles then for sure, because she's from Belfast. She's certainly going to have some stories. There was an usher at Bristol Magistrates Court for a while called Trevor, who was an proper, thick Irish accent, real kind of guy. And he grew up in the Shankill Road and these block of flats. I mean, if you're talking movies, Deej, by the way, if you get a chance to see the Jack O'Connell, so linking to Sinners, the Jack O'Connell movie 71, which is as in 1971. That's about a British soldier played by Jack O'Connell who gets left behind in the Shankill Road area, and the local provisional IRA find out about it, and it's a kind of struggle to survive. And that's a hell of a movie. I don't know how available it is over there, but if you get a chance to see it, that's incredible. And this Trevor, this usher, we used to talk about that movie and saying that's exactly what it was like. That's really accurate in terms of, and he grew up in that area, and he said it's genuinely, that's how it was. So yeah, so Paul Hurt saying massively recommend 71, great movie. Yeah, it is. I don't know what penetration it's had in the US. It's one of those movies that's got slightly problematic politics for certain parts of the US.
There's always got to be somebody that's upset.
Well, quite, yeah, but it's because of the nature of it. Yeah. But if you get a chance to see that, Deej, that's worth seeing. I doubt you will have seen it, but if you can find it, if it's on Kaleidoscape or anyone else, if it's on Blu-ray over there, that is or rental, 71.
Just called 71?
Just literally like apostrophe 71. That's what it is. It's an absolutely awesome movie.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in SD.
Okay, yeah.
It's from 2014.
I've got it on Blu-ray. Yes, yeah. I think it's on Blu-ray here.
Yeah. 71. A British soldier struggles to survive on the streets of Belfast when he's abandoned by his unit after a deadly riot in 1971. It's in SD. So that's a no-go.
Just check to see if it's on Blu-ray over there. Yeah, I've got the Blu-ray. So I don't know whether they released it on Blu-ray there. Yeah, whether it's available. It's genuinely worth seeing. It's a very tense movie. And of course, you may have a slightly different viewpoint on it with your heritage. However,
I don't get offended.
It's no. It's not offending, but you might be more sympathetic towards one side than the other. But it's a very, very tense.
That's what I think is interesting. Is I typically don't. And what I like is like if I see something that is like, say you see something that you would assume I would gonna lend to what you would consider my side. But I like seeing stuff like that so that I can get the perspective and be like, that makes sense. That's why everybody's fighting, or that's why they're against me. Or
it's a really tense movie. There are bits in that film that will have you chewing your nails to the quick.
Yeah.
Jordan says he doesn't think it's on Blu-ray in the US. I don't know whether it's on Apple.
It's on pre-order. Or you can pre-order it because it's not available. So it's not. So I'm looking at it right now on Blu-ray.com.
Netflix or anything like that. If you can find it anywhere on Prime, I do recommend it. That is one that's worth seeing. Again, just because it's so tense.
Let's see. IMDb.
Talk about it. Anyone mind if I just pop off? I'll come back in a bit.
Exactly.
So good. Jack O'Connell, he's only young. He's not been doing many films at the point that he did that, but he's very.
Where can you see this?
Yeah.
I hate using the computer version because I'm so used to using my phone.
Yeah.
Rent or buy on Prime Video.
Oh, there we go. HD.
Let's see. Rent HD $3.99. Buy HD $7.99. I think
well worth at least a rental, if not buying it.
I'll definitely check it out. Definitely check it out.
It is.
Add it to my watch list.
Yeah, you'll love it.
It might even be available just there, but because when I'm on IMDb, it doesn't know my membership to Prime Video, so it might be available. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
that looks cool. That looks cool.
Not a celebratory Irish movie, but it is a very good film.
You don't know the Irish very well.
No, well, indeed. I thought you were going to say, Rob Roy, or someone mentioned Devil's Own, or Far and Away, or something like that.
It's funny. We'll get to the show in a second, but I mean, it's funny. Like growing up, experiencing the stuff that I did that I thought was all like inappropriate, or I was like, what the? Like I go to funerals. I remember the first funeral I went to with my father, and my father's cracking jokes, and he's like the first time my dad told me a dirty joke, we were at a funeral.
Yeah,
and I remember it, and it's like, so that happens, and then I also find out like I hate it at parties. Like you got to go. I'm like, I'm out of here. I don't say bye. I just leave. And then later in life, you find out like that's called an Irish goodbye. It's called Irish humor because like gallows humor is like Irish humor. Like, aha, like, oh, he's dead. Ha ha, sucker. I'm like, what? And it's like when you grow up through it and you feel it and you experience it, but not know what that is. And then you find out that I've been living the damn stereotype. It's like, it actually just like, it explains a lot. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the other thing with Irish funerals is the wakes. They last 2 or 3 days, and it's not a proper wake unless there's a big fight. And I say that not because I've been
a celebration, a fight and a celebration.
I've dealt with a number of clients over the years that have been arrested at those, not because of anyone within the group calling the police, but the staff of the pub or the hotel calling the police, because it's all spilled over and some of the staff members have been assaulted. Dealt with a number of those. And had clients that are like, oh yeah, I was at an Irish wake, and on the second day is when it got bad.
yeah, it's like, and it's fun seeing my kids do it too. So like, I don't know if we said, I don't want to repeat it on the show. I don't think we said it on the show, but remember Joe's wedding? It was a tough part of that, and hearing my kids how they went through that, and how they experienced it, and how they were sitting around laughing and making jokes about it. That most people would be like, if I told you what happened, you'd be like, that's not a joking matter. Want to bet? Want to bet? Because, and we've talked about it since then. I'm like, that's what I was thinking. Is this too soon? And they're like, nope, this is what we would. And listening to my daughter and my son and hearing the conversations they're having, they're like each other's best friend now. Because they're the only, like those two couples, like Meg and Greg and Joe and Kayla, are each other's best friends because they're the only ones that understand each other.
Get the humor.
And that's part of it. Greg's Irish too, right? And it's like, and I'm not saying it's all because of that. It's all because it just happens to be St. Patrick's Day, but they're like, yeah, we can't hang out with just anybody because nobody gets us. It's great.
Yeah, there's a bit of that around a criminal defense firm. The jokes that we crack about some of the stuff we deal with, anyone else would be horrified. But it's how you get through it. It's how we process it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. You want to
we got
get
some
to
new people in the chat, so let's do this. Yeah, we've got a number.
Get to we'll get to the show. We have an announcement to make. I didn't even clear this with you before, but we've got an announcement coming up, and we teased it a couple weeks ago, but we got an announcement to make. We got lots to get to. We can run late because we're early over there, so lots and lots of
We are Brightside Theater.
Top of the morning to you, home theater fans. Welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast, the multi-award-winning giving and receiving home theater podcast. It's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
Duh. That's your accent?
The scenes. Well, you can try it a bit more if you'd like me to, but I'm not sure it'll come off correctly.
I figured you could. John's pretty Irish, too. John's I think he's mostly Italian, or he might be 50-50, but John Ciccone Italian, but he's very Irish as well. So
fairly Irish, also fairly Italian, and a Mexican wife.
Yes.
Talk about League of Nations.
Yeah. Well, it's only 3. But there's a lot more nations. But yes. Yeah. That's he's a conflict unto himself.
Yes, yeah, that's it. He's declared war on himself several times.
Yeah, so everybody else to him is gravy. Oh
man. Right, yes, we are here. Right, let me say hi to everyone in the chat, Deej, if I may.
Yeah,
just because there's a number of new people
cranking away.
I don't
even see the numbers today.
I'm top right now rather than top left, I think.
Look at that. They moved it.
Yeah, it's moved. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Okay, so Captain AC3 was in, quoting, we think the town, but we're not sure. So we're not sure whether it is or not. Dom's in as well. Bonsoir, Dom. How are you, buddy? Rach is in. Hey, Rach. Steve At's in. John Mansour's in. Hi, John. Who else we got? Jordan's in. Hey, Jordan. Vibe Installs is dropped by. We've got Michael Piantadosi's in as well. I think I'm getting better at saying that now. So hi, Mike. How you doing, buddy? Paul Hertz in. Hey, Paul. See you this time next week, Paul. Holger's in. Hey, Holger.
Killing me.
Yeah, oh, man. It's C Big's in. Hey, C Big. Oh, an old school Kung Fu film. Stick around, old school Kung Fu films. We've got some fun for you. Now, Deej, I've got one for you to pronounce, please. Could you just do that one for me, please? Thanks, buddy.
Patakapukaibara.
Oh, God, now that is good. Right, smooth. Right, very, very good. Well done.
Wow.
Could you say that again? It's easy for you to say, you know what I mean?
Pakatapudabara.
Hey, that sounded almost Brooklyn. What are you doing about it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'll take a stab at it.
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, blind guy's in. Do your thing. Hey, blind guy. Deej, do that. There we go. Well done. Always good. We're always going to be wary about people tuning in for the first time thinking that that's not an in-joke. It is an in-joke, everyone. We're not being rude.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
We've broken Deej.
You can't.
So, okay, we've broken Deej. We've broken him. We've broken him. All right, I'll keep going. Andrew Patterson.
I got to get this off my chest because it literally just popped in my head, and this is sick.
Okay, well, and then Wild Booker's in as well. Hey, Wild Booker. Very quickly while Deej is composing himself.
I just want you to get through the chat, and I'll tell
you want to say hi and you're new, looks like there's a number of people that are, then do say hello. And also, if you would, let us know where you are, because we're ticking people off the world. So, if you're here for the first time or not, and if you haven't said hi before, then feel free to do so. Always good to say hello.
Yes, thank you.
Right, go on then, Deej. Come on then.
Let me just take this down a minute. This is here we go with the Irish humor. Sick. This is how messed up I am. You talking about we do the wave, how inappropriate we are. And I was just going to tell you, because this is how your memory works. And I forgot, I can't even say I forgot it, didn't know it, didn't remember it. It just popped in my head now. I had a dream the other night that I met Henry Winkler. And when I met Henry Winkler, I asked him if I could do a video of him doing just that. No thumbs. How sick that I'm like, and in my dream, I explained to Henry Winkler, I need you to do this and I explained the whole thing to him. And he did.
Did you find it funny in your dream?
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, that's right then.
And I videotaped him. And now hear how sick I am is like when you said, oh, we're inappropriate, we do this. I was like, I think I met Henry Winkler. No, I never met Henry Winkler. But I was like, oh my God, it was a dream. I had a dream. Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's more Martin Luther King, isn't it?
If you don't think I'm dedicated to the show, I'm getting drop-ins in my dreams for the show. Oh,
yeah. We got Deej, local boy.
Nice. I can pronounce that one. Wild Booker.
Oh man, Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Mansfield, Mass. Yeah, not far from here. Home of Great Woods.
Okay, Great Woods.
Great Woods is well, it's not even called that anymore. It's a amphitheater type place.
Okay. I've got another one. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, Chaz is
back, baby. Yeah, I saw Henry eat his own what? What is that word?
I'm a bit worried what that might be. Do we know what that is?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to find out. I gotta find out, man. What is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
See? Look at that. My dreams are adding to the show.
Okay. Yeah, none of the. Yeah, don't know.
Don't know. Nobody know. Okay.
No, that's okay. Moving on then. Moving swiftly on, just in case.
Yeah. All right. Nice to meet you. So what's our announcement? Glad you're back, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Chaz might not be back, depending on how inappropriate that is.
Yeah. All right.
What's up? Yeah. So, what's our announcement, Teach?
Our announcement. All right. Yeah. So, well,
thanks,
why
Chaz.
don't you start? Yeah. Why don't you start it out? Since I told you, and the excitement that we have going on. First up, John. I mean, I said it before. John Thompson and I. We've been talking about this for a long time, and I've been him and I trying to link up even more to get this thing all assembled. But next week, what is it? So
Wednesday will be the show. Thursday will be what you're about to announce.
Correct. Next week, the show, we are doing this show live next Wednesday, and then on Thursday we have a special coming up for myself and John and well, do we want to say the big name? Because I'm efforting to make sure that is a big deal right now. Do
you want to just talk around it then, just so we're not?
No, because now I'm trying to make sure because I really do want to announce it. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. And hang on a second, I'm checking with somebody that is. Let's see. Well, put it this way, I could start with this. Talking with Jim last week. All right, Jim and I talked a lot about ISF. We talked a lot about what's going on with the differences in what is important, right? What's the most important thing when you're looking at it, and what is important? What's more important than other things when you're talking about your picture? And this is one of the things, and again, John Thompson and I have been talking about this for a while. It came up a month or so ago, or 2 months ago, when we were talking about Eyes Wide Shut and people and there's a lot more that goes into the quality of the image of your display than just like the 4K, right? And that's the fancy number that is good for marketing, but what else can we do besides that, right? So it's like too many people are putting too much emphasis on just that and not how important it is for each pixel. So we're setting up a panel. John wanted to set up a panel and get that information out there. That wasn't just him. So we went to a source. Joel Silver of ISF, Image and Science Foundation. Okay.
Yeah, not IMF. That's the Mission Impossible Force.
Yes, exactly. And as Jim, talking with Jim Doolittle about it, and it's like you heard him and I, this is what we've been talking about for years. And literally one of the things I want to get into is on air is I have a question for Joel. I have a question for, we'll also have Andre from Kaleidoscape. He's going to join us. And so he's going to talk about how important like these things are. And because his background, all the stuff is going to get laid out. These expert, Joe Klosnick is going to take part in this. One of my listeners, and he's been on AV Rant. He's an installer. He does all of this stuff. So he's going to be coming at it from the perspective of how, like what it's like for the installer, how they explain this to customers, how important this stuff is to get this information out there. But then you'll have like Joel Silver from ISF, like how ISF is set up way back when, as you heard Jim talking about. This is like, it's like they didn't set the standard. If you heard me ask that question in that episode, they didn't set the standard. They just showed how we can define it. The standard was already set, but now it's like, okay, now this is how we're going to define it and show everybody that this is what it needs to be so we can get that information out there. And I think Joel feels like this now that we're at a new point in the evolution of displays, of home theater, that we need more information and we need more concrete information. I'm not the expert. You guys all know, everybody listen to me. I don't regurgitate this stuff like these people do. And that's why I wanted to set this up. Not just me talking to John or me talking to, so we've got this panel going, and it, like I said, John Thompson, Joel Silver, Andre, Joe Klosnick, myself and Steve and Steve and I are gonna be there to just kind of go back and forth with questions, and we're gonna be like kind of like you guys. We're gonna be the layman, and it's gonna be live 4 p.m. next Thursday. The 26th, I think.
Yes.
Thursday the 26th, 4 p.m. Eastern time. All right. And we're going to do probably about an hour and 20 minutes is what we have it booked out at. And we're going to go probably about 50 minutes of like the roundtable discussion. And then it is going to be open to, we're going to take questions from like we do with you guys. So I like definitely come in, listen, and then, get your questions ready for the end. And then if we haven't covered anything, I know I'm going to have them as we go. And it's like, Joel is definitely a type of guy that's like Jim Doolittle or Jim Peterson or somebody or even John Thompson. These are the people, they have so much knowledge, so much information that you can get into the weeds with these people and they'll just start going. And it's like, and I'm going to try to like bring it to my, like, I already know I'm going to have questions on like, what did you just say? So we're going to go with that. Yeah, I gotcha. And so stuff, but I'm really excited for this because I think it's nothing against, and this is what I've said time and time again, if you've been listening to me for years, most of the information out there isn't wrong. It's just not right for every situation. And a lot of people will tell you, this is what's right for you. Well, this is going to be a panel set up to explain stuff that's going to be right for everybody. And it's going to explain your display. It's going to explain, like, in how I'm putting it, is pixel strength. Okay. So like you can have 4,000 pixels, across 4K, but what's the quality of each of those pixels? And what does that mean to because like, as John has said, as Jim Doolittle laid out a few weeks ago, you can have a 1080 image that'll blow away a 4K image if the pixel strength is stronger. Right. And that's, I'm really, really excited for this. John and I had set this up, and then I was telling Steve about it. Steve got excited. He's like, can I get it? I'm like, absolutely. Cause it's like, there's going to be, and I almost swore, but there's going to be stuff going over my head and it's like, I'm hoping that between Steve and I, we can help, we can help sift through more of this stuff so people can understand and have a better working knowledge of what is the most important part of your display. Does that make sense, Steve? How did I do?
Yeah, no, it does. No, man, no. It's very, very eloquently set out, Deej.
I don't know that.
But also, of course, and also there's going to be some things you can do to help your display as well, aren't there? Certain environmental things you can do to assist with it. So it's going to be about understanding your display, but also some of the things you can do to enhance your display, other than getting under into the technical side of it.
Yeah.
So so it's going to be. It's really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting the guy that established the ISF, because that's been in my mind for decades, and as the calibration standard. He's a legend in the field. So I'm certainly looking forward to meeting him and finding out what he's got to say. It's going to be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
They're the pioneers of bringing us calibration, right? So Joel Silver, Joe Kane, and they brought us ISF, that's how you looked for, at least when I was starting. I was like, you wanted an ISF, certified calibrator.
Yeah.
And those were hard to come by because it's very strict what they're looking for. It's like very demanding, and to the point that this is the stuff that even going back then, it was like first part of education is once you're ISF calibrated, it's probably going to look dim to you. Now, this is going back into the 90s. This is before HDR and stuff, right? And now we have a brighter image. And I think now, how important is that? How bright should bright be? How does this work?
Yeah.
Like I have listeners writing to me like, yeah, my projector is so bright. It's like, it makes me, well, that's a bad calibration. I don't care how powerful your projector is. It shouldn't be too bright, because you should dial it. You overspent for brightness, but you can still dial it back. You can always dial back bright. You can't dial up something that won't go bright enough to do HDR, right? So like if you've got like a light cannon in a small room, that's fine. And if you're telling me it's too much in a small, it's not the room, it's not the projector, it's a bad calibration. Because all you got to do is turn it down, dim the light, and then you bring it right into the field that it can do. That's all it is. So, and a lot of people think that, and like, how many times you got to get a light cannon? Why? You don't know. You don't know throw distance. You don't know screen size. Why do I need a light cannon? I don't know.
If there's one thing we've learned from your in-store displays, they're always set to torch mode. The bright is better. That's what people like, but no. That bright does not mean accurate. Bright does not mean right.
Did you hear that part that Jim was talking about, and how TVs going back to the 50s, TVs came out and he goes out of the box. That was it. That was like literally ISF didn't exist. But they came out because they were set to the standard. And then manufacturers slowly started, and we talked about this, slowly started to tweak it to sell their version, right? So they would up the brightness by just a little bit to sell their. So they slowly got to vivid mode. It was like a 1 degree off from normal at the time, but over decades where everybody's trying, now I'm going 1 degree brighter off of them, and Zenith is going 1 degree brighter off of that, and then there, and next thing you know, we have vivid mode as we know today, and we're like, that's not even close to what it's supposed to be. But for years it was fine, but then manufacturers start marketing, and marketing ruins everything.
Well, also we've all got that person that we know, friends, relatives, whoever, that love torch mode, vivid mode, whatever it might be. They swear by it. I mean, one of my best friends will not listen to me when I go around to his house every time, and I'm like, no, but just won't have it. It's like, well, but I like how it looks. There we go. Here endeth the lesson.
Let's see. Jordan saying, by the way, he saw an early preview X Plus screening of Project Hail Mary on Saturday. It's absolutely fantastic. Potential to be a top 5 home theater experiences of the year.
I saw that. I never got a chance. I saw they were previewing it on Saturday. It was View Cinemas, and I didn't get a chance to go see it. But yes, it does looks good.
Yeah,
looks good.
I'm looking. I was actually looking to see that one again. Cinemark I think it was Cinemark Theater in this area. It's an hour and 20 minutes away from where I am now. It's what Jim told me about it in the podcast. And I was thinking of driving out there and seeing Project Hail Mary on that. That was like the next big one that I'm like, oh, that would be good to see in one of those cinemas.
I'm toying with the idea maybe next Tuesday, if I get to London very early, of seeing that in Leicester Square in the Dolby Theatre in Leicester Square. But it's £30 a ticket to see it. But it's in the Royal Box, one of these Royal Box seats. Huge screen, and I'm trying to talk myself out of it because £30 odd for a ticket's crazy.
Oh yeah,
but we'll see.
Yeah,
the first time I've talked myself out. And then
what's funny is like if you do it, you can at least the first time you do it, and you're like, now you're gonna gauge, was it worth it? And what if you come out of there going, that's worth £30 all day long? And then you'd be like,
and everything after that's going to be terrible.
Ruined. Exactly. That's once I find something I like, I stay with it. Because what if you found something better? Yeah, now I'm ruined.
Because Dolby Cinema in the UK is not a thing, really.
Exactly.
I mean, there's about 2 or 3 in the whole of the UK. And that's the one where they have all the premieres is in this particular place. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to try and talk myself out of it.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat myself with driving an hour and 20 minutes west for a cinema that what if I get there and it's like a 1% upgrade over Showcase here, which has, Barco projection, Dolby Atmos, great Atmos, all of that. You're hoping that if you put in that kind of effort, there's a big, you get enough bang for your buck or your time. And if there's not, you're like, okay, not doing that again. So,
yeah. We've got shifting aspect ratios.
Oh, nice. That's good to hear. That's fun in the theaters.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I'm going to have to see. I'm not sure. So Andrew Panner saying, think awesome. Okay. Reviews will be, although thumbs down. Andrew Panner said last night, awesome, thumbs down.
Yeah. I don't, did he mean seen Project Hail Mary last night? Awesome. And then 2 thumbs down.
Sarcasm?
I don't get it. Like awesome, thumbs down. Maybe it wasn't. Did Jordan say it was awesome?
Yeah, loved it. Yeah, but then Jordan always does. But he particularly.
Yeah, but he didn't use the word awesome. I'm looking if he's quoting. I'm going awesome, not like maybe. Is that what Andrew's saying? Which is fine. I'm not arguing with you, Andrew. I'm just trying to be clear. Like, did you like it and accidentally hit thumbs down, or did you not like it? I don't know. Because that's fine. It's like,
yeah. We haven't seen it
now. I liked it. I like that. If thumbs down will make sense when you see the film. Okay. All right.
Spoiler alert, buddy.
Yeah. Like, okay. Is that like? Well, it's the same. It's Ryan Gosling. So you got to see the movie. Loved it. Okay, so he loved it. Thumbs down. Oh, and it's Jordan saying thumbs down will make sense when you see the film. Okay, I thought all right, now it's making sense. So yeah, and it's the same case. It's what did I say? Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah,
it's Ryan Gosling who he had the big thumbs up in Fall Guy.
Yes.
Remember all through the episode, thumbs up.
I am looking forward to it. Everybody says it's great. Had I had chance on Saturday, I would have gone to see it then, but it was not a thing. So, so next Tuesday, get to London early, maybe, or I might see it this weekend. I'll see if I can't wait. Then it's been taken away from me because I'll have seen it. So I can't then go and spend another £30 seeing it in a Dolby cinema. But I'm looking forward to it. It does look good.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But there we go.
But be on the lookout, supposedly tomorrow for that link. I'm going to set up the link on YouTube. It should be going out tomorrow. I got to work on the graphic and stuff, but set up the link for that show next Thursday. It'll be going up on YouTube. Mark your calendars, do all that. So I'm hoping for, I want some good questions, good turnout, good questions.
So it will be.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
And again, just to remind everyone, the show is Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Next Wednesday. Yeah, we're doing next Wednesday.
What will become clear on the show on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah. So that's the plan. It's going to be good. Exciting times, Deej. Exciting times.
Very exciting. Let's
talking of exciting.
What do
we
got?
Get to some experiences? Come on, DJ. I want to hear what you thought of last week's, and then we'll do this week's Ninja experience.
Okay, where
start with those?
Yeah,
where's your one then?
Where's the one? Oh, it's not under show prep. There we go. Here we go. Finding it. Where did you put it? Oh my God. Here we go.
There we are. Right. Okay.
All right.
Come on then. Right. So continuing our ninja season.
All right. So here we go.
Brace yourselves, people.
All right. We're talking Enter the Ninja again. Ever so briefly. So I took it in last week because I'm joining in on the Ninja Fest. Grew up loving the ninja movies. I had this, the stars. I did any weapon I used. It was a fad, but not a fad. It was an amazing time in history. So much fun. Thank God this was not my introduction to the ninja lore. Steve and I have been talking like basically all week. Like, have you seen this? And what did I say to you? No. Good thing I didn't, because I don't think I ever would watch another ninja movie. This Enter the Ninja. It's like you need to see it if you haven't seen it. What was the audio codecs? It defaults to
stereo, doesn't it?
Stereo. You have to get you have to go in and go for DTS Master Audio 5.1. It is 4K with Dolby Vision, Kino Lorber, and the way the Dolby Vision enhances the grain and the bad lip sync is amazing. This is awful acting. Awful. It's not.
It is, but it's so awful. It's awfully good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just so bad. It's like the lip sync is so bad. It looks like English dubbed over Japanese, and it's English dubbed over English.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's saying the lines. Yeah.
It's everything. And I'm like, why? How can this be that bad? Right. And then it also going into it, like you said, it's like you laid out like, okay, so he's there. He has no ability. He can't do it. And he did it when they were showing his face and he had to do anything that I use the term loosely, choreographed. It wasn't. It was like, just wave your arms and we'll fill in the blanks.
Yeah, we'll cut around it.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was, but it's hysterically funny when you watch it and you're like, this is what I liked. Now, I think if I hadn't opened with this, you'd look back at, and we'll talk about the others as we go through the month, but I have a feeling that, and obviously with the next one we'll talk about, I have a feeling we would have looked at that and went, we thought this was good. Because by comparison, everything after this is Oscar worthy.
Yeah, it is.
It's like,
it is. This was the failed first attempt, wasn't it? Again, as I said last week, I mean, anyone interested, you can look it up on IMDb about the whys, the wherefores, and the hows this was made is more entertaining than the movie itself. And when you read about it, you realize why the film is how it is. And so that's what kind of makes this movie so much fun, when you realize the conditions under which it was made. I mean, it's not a complete bust. I mean, I like the ninja stuff at the beginning, even though, again, they're trying to hide in their bright red and white outfits in the green of the jungle, which I thought was very funny. There's, the ninja-y stuff at the end is quite good as well, quite good for its time. But, I'm so glad I own it, though. I am so glad I've got it.
But
I will see it again, but just not for a long time.
I don't know if I'll see it again. But that, like you said, that opening scene of them running through the green field, like green grass, picture like the scene in Rambo, First Blood Part 2, when he's running through the cornfields and then he lights it on fire and stuff. Well, that's kind of what these ninjas are doing, but they're in red or white. And the one there's only one in white, and it's like, and he lays down flat and he's like hiding. And the red ones are like, I was like, well, can you not see him because your mask is too high? Or they're like, I mean, you can't. I mean, the definition. If this had come out earlier, instead of saying "sticks out like a sore thumb," it'd be "sticks out like a red ninja." It's like it's like it was just obscenely dumb.
Yes.
Like, and I get it. They're ninjas dressed in red. You can't run into a field and throw on a green ninja costume. But it's like I never understood even any of these movies why the idea of a ninja is like you're hiding. Why would you ever put on a red ninja costume?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and I even said like last week, I said the white one is like, okay, if you're a ninja in the snow, I get it. But I like the white ninja costume, but you're not going to hide in the dark in that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Unless they're supposed to be ceremonial, I suppose.
Yeah.
It could be ceremonial, but there certainly is no suggestion of that.
Or you're so good, you don't need to hide. That's what you're basically saying.
Yeah, in which case you're not a ninja then, are you? Because that's all about assassination and all the rest of it. So you're like, well,
yeah,
exactly.
We'll get into that. There's the next one we talk about. Where but the other thing is, and again, the choreography of these fights. I don't think there was a fight that showed every single instance they had a fight. You could see them take a swing and miss by like a foot.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't even hit the camera angle right, where you'd be like, that it's fake. I mean, in real life, it's fake. He's not really punching him. But these ones were like in one of the opening scenes, he swings and it's a side shot and the fist goes by like a foot away from his head. And then his head delays in moving. And you're like, this is what I'm in for.
Yeah. But again, that's a film being shot by the producer who had fired the director after 3 days.
Well, it almost felt like it was being shot by the guy taking the whoops. I just disconnected my headset. I can't hear anything. Can I hear me now? There we go. I'm so animated. I just disconnected my headset.
Doing some ninja moves on your headset.
But that's what I was going to say. It looked like it was being shot by the guy that was taking the punch. Like he's like, all right, I got the camera.
Yeah.
He's doing a selfie.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I mean, there's no getting away from the quality of the film.
But it was part of the collection. I own it. Proud to own it.
Sets you up nicely for the next one. Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sets you up for the next one. So, do we want to cleanse our palate?
Let's cleanse away.
Cleanse away. Here we go.
Okay,
take it away.
This is this week's entry in our ninja season. I've seen a number of other ones that I know you have as well, Deej, but we'll leave those for next week and the weeks to come. So this is this week's one. This then is Revenge of the Ninja from 1983, which is Hey Mikey, which is the follow-up to the aforementioned Enter the Ninja. Now I say follow-up because there are 3 canon ninja movies in this set, and you've got the same set I have. So these are 3 4K discs, and again, same specs. It's Dolby Vision, DTS HD 5.1 if you select it. But again, anyone that's got a surround sound system, we should all be well used to checking when you start the movie that it's in the appropriate codec. So there are 3. There's this one, there's the Enter the Ninja, and then Ninja 3 Domination. More about which next week. So this is Revenge of the Ninja. Now, had you asked me before I got this set, had I seen all 3 of these, I would have said, oh, absolutely. And I would have started with Enter the Ninja and then move on. Now, it turns out that this is the movie that I would have started with and not Enter the Ninja, because I had not seen that film. And I'm with you. I think, had I seen Enter the Ninja first, the word ninja may no longer have featured in my viewing vocabulary.
Yeah.
But luckily, this must have been the first one. And this is every bit the movie I remember. And oh boy, did I have fun watching this. So now they all have Sho Kosugi in them. Sho Kosugi plays, they're all different stories, all 3. And they're all different characters. So there's no continuation in between them other than there are ninjas, which is a good thing after the debacle of the first one. So this one is, I mean, this is your archetypal martial arts movie. You've got person who is Sho Kosugi, who has martial arts training. He is a ninja, but whilst he's away, his family get brutally murdered. This is at the beginning. He decides to put all this behind him, but is unable to. And wouldn't you know it, his past comes calling, and he is required to utilize his skills to
His
set
past
things right.
follows him
Yeah.
to America.
And there we go. Yes. And here we find
You
ourselves.
can't
so
escape
now
your past, Steve.
you can't. That's it. You can't. You absolutely
You are
can't.
who you are.
You are once a ninja, always a ninja.
Yeah.
And the rest is exactly as it sounds. Now, I have seen this film a number of times, and watching it again was an absolute pleasure. And this is the biggest screen I've ever seen it on, because, of course, I was way too young to see this in theaters. In the UK, this was an 18. I think I said before, anything with ninja in it in the UK in the 80s was automatically an 18 rated movie. And that means if you're under 18, you're not getting in. So this is the biggest screen I've seen it on, the best quality I've seen it in. And I absolutely loved watching this again. Now, that does not mean, again, I think I said last week, is this a great movie? No, it's not. Is it a great movie? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I had a very, very good time watching it. So, how did you find about the movie, Deej? I mean, I know because we were basically live texting during this, weren't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But what did you make of it watching it again after all this time?
It's what I loved about it was like, yes, is it a great movie? No. Is it a great movie? Yes. So much fun, so much better than the other. I mean, everything you just said, but knowing it. And there was one scene, I forget which one it was, but remember I said to you, I go, when the character, they would never do that. And then later on in the movie, they explained to you why they wouldn't. And the reason I knew what I saw on screen, I'm like, that's completely inaccurate. What just happened? What that ninja just did there, right? And then later in the movie, they had a guy explaining what ninja, and they would never. That's a ninja wouldn't do that. I was like, I told you, and then I said to you, I go that, and that's how I knew it. I had already. I've seen this movie so many times. But again, it's one of those like, is this the one that I saw? You're not sure. And then the opening scene, and you see, like, I knew each kill. I knew what he was going to do with the baby and this and that and all of that stuff, you know. And then as the movie plays out, you're like, oh my God, you know. But this was this the one with the elevator in it when I said it to you? And and again, spoilers, there's a ninja in it and he gets in an elevator, okay? But I texted Steve because I'm like, a ninja would never get in an elevator and use it as an elevator because you're supposed to be like stealthy. And it was even funny, and this is the movie we like, by the way, but there's I think he was he in white? I think he was. He was in white.
No, his outfit, Shokasugi's outfit's that one there, and that's what he wears when you see him in his ninja outfit, because that's his family crest on there.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But anyways, he's in the elevator and he's just standing there. He's just like waiting for the ride. And by the way, it's a glass elevator on the other side. So like anybody on the outside going, there's a ninja going up to the 13th floor. Dude. There's a ninja on the 3rd floor, 4th, 5th. He's still going.
I think he's delivering.
It's like he's an Uber.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's like, because like the idea is like of a ninja, it's like he's stealthy, he knows his surroundings, he knows, and like the door's open, you don't know what's on the other side. He's like, there's a ninja standing there. I was like, I thought that was so funny.
It's a lot easier than using those tiger claw things and climbing up the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's just being sensible. It's pragmatic ninja.
Right. Yeah. But that's what a ninja would do, because that's the element of surprise. And that's like disguising. You don't just sit in an elevator and wait to get to the floor you need.
My kind of ninja.
Oh, God. A lazy ninja.
Yeah, man. That's it. You know, why expend the energy if you don't have to?
But it's so much fun. I thought the video quality for what it was, I thought in both of these movies, like I said, I do think the video quality was really good. The Dolby, there's some scenes that are sharper than others. I would say grain was inconsistent. There were some scenes you just like literally jump to a scene and you'd be like, whoa, that's grainy. And then you pop back out of it. And it was like, it's almost like found footage. It looked like, right. Like some of the scenes. But I thought the choreography was better in this. It looked,
stunts are better too.
The stunts are better. I thought the final fight at the end was that's not how they would like literally in a ring,
Yeah.
like a MMA style before MMA existed. And yeah, but the fight was good, and it was like,
Yeah, and using the various ninja weapons as well, which occurs to me as I was watching another ninja movie earlier today, and yesterday actually, is why would you, if you're a ninja? So the idea is, again, you're an assassin. Okay, so this is the point. You're creeping in the shadows, do your dirty deeds, and off you go. Right. Why do you need all these different weapons? Isn't that counterproductive? Surely all you need is a knife and a sword, and that's it. Why do you need to have
if
stars?
you're stealthy,
You've got to have a stick. You've got to have your tonfas. You've got to have your half things. You've got to have your all the flame throwers, and it just other than it.
Oh yeah, one guy, he had that out of his sleeve,
which is cool.
Like, what do you got up your sleeve? A flamethrower.
Check me out. Yeah. So what's that also I think was quite funny. And again, if you think about it, it doesn't make a lick of sense. Why would you need all these different weaponry? But anyway, no, it's great. And I love this. And as I was watching this, I felt my inner 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever I was back when this came out, kind of come alive. And it was just so cool to see this again. And I genuinely felt that childlike excitement watching this. There's no question. As soon as Ninja comes on screen, there's that excitement, there's that thrill, and it's so cool. I'm so glad that I've got this again. Same with the other one, but more so with this. There is a fair bit of that. There is, and body stockings, as the 4K reveals, fortunately.
Yeah. The gratuitous I thought was hysterical because it's like right out at the beginning, it was like the 80s style. She comes out in a shirt, like a sheer looking shirt, and just walking, and you're like, oh, here we go. It's like. And then I forgot about that scene, the bathtub, hot tub scene.
Mm-hmm.
When I say I forgot about it, it's not something that you like remember your whole life. But when I heard it, and then they said like you got to peel them apart with a crowbar, I was like, I totally remember that as a kid. I remember watching that scene, and it's like, how they both got killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but getting to the image quality. That looked awful. Like the wound on the back of his neck looked awful, meaning like not just like an awful looking wound. Like if you saw it looked awful as far as like how they did it. That was so bad. It was like it's like it was a blow dart, right?
Yeah.
It was a blow dart, and apparently this blow dart caused a lot of inflammation. Because it looked like what was it like about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, that like a giant pimple to hold the blow dart in place on the back of his neck. They used all this wax. It was like, that is awful. That would never happen. It was so gross looking. And then it's like, you got to see it. But again, this movie, much like the Sharpie on a shark, was never supposed to see 4K with Dolby Vision.
No, absolutely not. No, and if you think how these were shot on an absolute shoestring budget. I mean, this was again, this was a pack of the chips and a $10 bill, and that'll do. I mean, these were shot for no. These are funny enough. Deej, I saw a review earlier in the week. I was looking at it, and they call these movies exploitation movies. I never really thought of it that way, but actually, of course, they are. It's exactly what these are.
Oh yeah.
And I think when you think of it that way, all is forgiven. Because you can't, you're not making a traditional movie. You're not making a film that's a blockbuster movie. You're making a movie that has certain expectations with it. And one of those is it's going to be dirt cheap and it's going to look cheap. And that's just the reality of it. So if you watch them through that lens, like I said, for me anyway, all is forgiven. But this is all about nostalgia. It's just traveling back, that little boy that got excited at the name of a ninja. Is still in me, and it's cool that this when this plays comes out again. And the other ones we're going to talk about as we move forward are all going to, again, it's just keeping it going. It's great. So I recommend this one. It's part of the set, so you should get all three if you're going to get them. And we'll talk Domination next week. Then American Ninja again. Then Pray for Death. Then Ninja Assassin. Maybe Jim Carter in there if I can slip that in somewhere as well.
I also have American Ninja 2.
Oh, yeah. Now that I haven't seen, I don't think. Oh, yeah. Good old Michael Dudikoff. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, if I do Jim Carter and you do American Ninja 2, we can elongate our ninja season. We'll keep it going to the summer, Deej.
We'll keep it going. Yeah, keep it
So
going until they
next
come
year.
out with another ninja movie.
No, yeah, which is, that's all good. So yeah, this is great. And this of the three, and I have seen the other one as well, the third one, is the best of them, but there's still some cool stuff to say and plenty of good stuff to come. So yeah, recommend this. This is a set that is worth picking up.
Yeah, so much
if you
fun.
are like us, if you're like us, a certain age, of the 80s, if the word ninja excited you back then, then do yourself a favor and pick these up, and I think you'll be glad you did, especially if you watch them in the right frame of mind.
Oh yeah. The other gratuitous, which is ridiculously gratuitous, is when she came out and she was in like a white sheer t-shirt, and she had to make a phone call. But what made it so like obscene to me was she had that little kid with her.
Yes.
Like she comes out to make the phone call, but if you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. She comes out to make a phone call to call the police for help, right? Basically calling 911. But she picks up the phone and like turns her body to the camera, like everything is, and then the little kid is next to her and she's like on the phone, like literally pointing her whole torso towards the camera to show everything off. And you're like, nobody dials a phone that way.
Well, it gets weirder, Teach, because the kid is Shokasugi's son in real life. That is his real son.
Oh God!
So so it's all like it's very twisted.
Yeah, and she fights him.
But if you think about if you think about who these films were made for, I think they were made for us at that time. Your 10 to 14, 15-year-old boys. That's who these movies were made for. And they're going to give you what they think a 10 to 15-year-old boy wants, which is ninjas and, other things.
10 to 55-year-old boys.
Well, indeed, as it now turns out, yes. But when they were making these, that's who they had in mind.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. It's again, exploitation all over, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So
funny.
Yeah. It's so cool. Funny. Again, I mean, and anyone that has seen them, and I've had a few DMs from people that have now watched this. Again, one of the speakers, Dan, I think it's Danny.
Danny Speakers. Yeah. Danny on Twitter. I saw that one.
Yes. So he's going through them again as well, and he really enjoyed this one. He didn't like the first one, but he did enjoy this one. And so if you are of our age and you remember these, do yourself a favor.
Absolutely.
And then let us know what you think. I think you'll love them.
Let me ask you this, Steve. When was the last time you saw this?
In the 80s.
Yeah.
I've never owned it on physical media. I've never, I say that. I must have seen it on VHS because I wouldn't, like I said, I never saw it in theaters, way too young. So, but I've never owned it on VHS in that way. Certainly not DVD.
I watched it on like HBO or cable, whatever cable channel had it on. That's how we found these things. And the reason I ask is these are those types of movies that we saw, we forgot, and we did our home theater thing. And now today, what makes it's almost like a time capsule of you get to see these. And you're like, this is what entertained me. Like you said, it's made for like 10 to 15, 16-year-old kids that you're like, this is what I found entertaining. This is what I was like enthralled by. Like, oh my God. You're like, and when you were scanning the channels or looking up like on the guide, because you did get a guide mailed to you on what was coming up even on cable, and you'd be like, Wednesday night, 11 o'clock. All right, I'm getting up. Hopefully my parents are asleep, and this is what I'm going to watch. And it's like, and then back to bed and up in the morning. Like, you couldn't wait to see these things. It's like, and now seeing it today, you're like, wow, our standards were low.
Oh, well, they're dictated to by the time and time of life. But also, but over here, you see, cable wasn't really a thing. We didn't really get cable here. I mean, we only had 4 channels until well into the 90s. So, cable was not really a thing here. So when we
you rented them. I rented these too. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that was one. Or what happened was you had a friend, right? You had a friend at school whose parents were a little bit either less interested or in what their children did, or just didn't get it, or you didn't care, or did care and were just very laissez-faire. And so you'd have a friend that had them, and the friend that had them would invite you round, and you'd want to go around there not to hang out with a friend. You'd want to go around there to see these. And I think that's how I saw them. I think. And then
Yep.
from there, that's when the kind of the excitement built. And then, of course, my parents then had the video shop in the 80s. So I was then able to then get hold of these as they dropped. That's how I saw American Ninja, for sure.
Yeah.
That's how I saw Pray for Death.
Yeah, I rented American Ninja.
Yeah.
I remember going. I remember the video store. I remember going in and seeing like American Ninja. I gotta see this. You know, this is great skills.
That's great skills.
I the first time I saw that, I burst out laughing. I've been quoting that ever since, and it's very rare somebody goes American Ninja. Oh, good for you. Deep cut.
Oh man, tune in a couple of weeks for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to that one. It's like I haven't watched it yet. I'm dying to watch it, but I also want to watch it closely. I might watch it a couple times. That's one of my all-time favorites.
No, it's very easy.
They are. It's like they literally are like a time capsule. It takes you back to being a kid. You fire these up, and it's like, oh my god, and you laugh. And I think that's the other thing that made Enter the Ninja a little bit more difficult because we hadn't seen it, and there was no, triggering of your memory or anything like that.
Yes.
And it's like, so there's like almost like there's no forgiveness. You're like, I hadn't seen it. This is awful. And it's like, so, but it's part of the set. It gets you going, and then you move on from there. And it's like you start seeing, you're like, oh god.
Yeah. I mean, again, time capsule is a brilliant phrase to use for it. It's exactly what it is. You just feel like you're back there, all those years ago. It's like that time melts away. And it's class. So very, very cool. So really.
I'm just afraid I'm going to get grounded for watching it.
Yeah, your dad's going to walk in. What are you watching?
What are you watching? Whoops.
Right.
How'd you get this rental?
Yeah, that's it. Or the wife walks in at the wrong time and then sees certain things. What the hell are you watching?
What are those? Yeah, figures you don't know. Whoops. Oh boy. All right. That's enough of this week.
Get out while the going's good.
Oh boy. So good. All right. What do we want to revisit today? What do we want to hit?
I've got
with
an embarrassment
today?
of riches here, Deej.
Yeah, we do. Do you want to do you want to wrap with this one? How do you feel?
Yeah, that's an awesome one. But also we've got our reference one from last week that we didn't get to as well. So that's kind of one we're going to want to.
Oh, you want to hit that? We should hit that now. We should have done that last week. We'll hit that now. We'll end because I have this one as well. So we're both.
You do?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. One of my favorite, yes, absolutely. That's going to be a great discussion.
Show title for sure. Yeah, okay.
Show title.
Yeah.
So I also, I have another one that I'll do after we do this one. Check this one out.
Okay.
I did that one this week.
Oh yeah. Good man. Yeah. Oh,
so
nice.
Good.
The director's cut.
Good. No, just the basic. Kaleidoscape. All right, where's your?
Do it.
I'm looking for your version.
Running.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to put them together here now. Where's yours? Where is
yours?
Yours?
Be there. I haven't. The left there, on the left. Oh no, that's old Heath from a few weeks back.
Right,
should be there.
Did I not add it?
There we go. It's got to be there.
Nope, it wasn't there yet. I just dropped it in. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see. Yeah, good man. Okay.
There we go. All right.
Oh, brace yourselves, people.
You hit it first, and then I joined in on the fun, and it is Take it away, Steve.
Okay. Right. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, this then is the 2025 remake, reimagining of Stephen King's, or should I say Richard Bachman's book, The Running Man, with Glenn Powell, Edgar Wright's directed. Now, we have talked about this on the show before. This, of course, is the 4K disc and in Dolby Atmos.
Yes.
And you took in the Kaleidoscape, again, 4K, UHD, and then Dolby Atmos as well. Now, we did talk about this after we saw it in theaters. So we have touched upon the movie. And when I saw it in the theaters, I did enjoy it. I didn't love it. And at that point, I seem to remember saying I preferred the Schwarzenegger original just because of its campness and, the fun that it had with it. So this was my second time seeing it. Obviously, first time in Cinema George in 4K and in Atmos. Wow. Moving on. No, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah,
want a bit
exactly.
more? Okay, fine. Bit more.
Wow.
So the movie, do you know what? I clearly, when I saw it first time around in the cinemas, obviously you don't know what to expect. It just kind of washes over you. And of course, the theatrical experience we've talked about forever, about sometimes it can, the adverts, people talking can kind of affect your enjoyment of it, and the atmosphere as well. So seeing it at home, I now realize what it was Edgar Wright was doing with this movie. And I clearly did not realize that after my first watch in theaters. This is a roller coaster. This is a ride. This is a chase movie. And I didn't fully understand that. That's my fault, not Edgar Wright's. I didn't fully embrace or understand that the first time I watched it. It's not, I think, until you get this superb presentation in your own dedicated theater room or space, whatever it is you're watching it on, at least certainly for me, that you suddenly realize what this is and what this can be. This movie is fantastic. And I loved every second of it second time around. I could not have changed my view of it more than I have watching it the second time. And, stop me if you've heard this phrase, Deej. The home theater experience enhanced the movie.
Really? I haven't. I gotta write that down. That sounds like a good tag. Like it's about the experiences, right? Yeah. Right, I'll write it down right now.
Yeah, that's it. Sell Cockatoo by Koala. Yeah. And Running Man is excellent. Yeah.
So Cockatoo a 3.
And, however you make your money. Yeah, so exactly. Hey, Sophia. Right. So the movie was fantastic second time around. I really did enjoy it, and mainly because this is for me, hands down. This is a Paramount disc, by the way. We don't give Paramount their props very often, and yet we should do because of Maverick and Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, and all that stuff. We talk about Warner's, we talk about Sony, and we talk about Disney, but we don't always talk about Paramount, and so they need their props for this. For me, hands down, no question whatsoever, this is reference video and especially audio. The word I said was wow. That is it. I mean, I was blown away by this. It is absolutely fantastic. This could be, Deej, it's certainly my number one at the minute. This could be easily in my top 5 home theater experiences of the year. And if it's not, boy, have we got a good year ahead. Because this was fantastic. Yeah. Right from the beginning, the opening kind of musical number. Of course, it's Edgar Wright, so music's a big thing. As he's walking to the camera, you've got the music playing. It's this huge wall of sound. Then you get in the standout sequence. There are many, many, many standout sequences in this book. The one that you get to first is when you you see the show, the opening of the show with Domingo Coleman doing his thing. Coleman Domingo, isn't it? Sorry, Coleman Domingo doing his thing, where every speaker is given a workout. Everything is moving. It's galore. As he's running around, there's a beautiful pan where he runs across the screen and he's talking as he does it, and the sound goes with it. I mean, it's awesome, absolutely awesome. If you insist on some sort of minor complaint, maybe it could have been a little bit more bassy sometimes, but there's plenty of bass in this. I loved it. It's really, really good. This is reference, and if you're umming and ahhing about the disc, don't. If anyone listening, watching, go get it. It's fantastic, and enjoy it. Anyway, that's me, Deej. What did you think? Not that I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Everything you said, and what I would like to add is like what I was thinking through this movie. What they utilized a lot of. It reminded me of Strange Days. Where remember in Strange Days when you went inside, they put the squid thing on your head and you went inside their memory or inside their head in the brain, and you could hear everything around you, and it twisted around you. The voices that were like, well, what is it? It's like the way that they use the entire room, and that was just in 5.1, and that was huge in the day. This one obviously is in Atmos, and what you're getting is the full use of your overheads, full use of your surrounds. The larger your system, the more wide open this is going to feel, because what they're utilizing is, so like there's because of the game, because of the broadcasts and the way they're utilizing what's his name played Thanos there,
Josh
Brolin and his character. When his voice comes in, when he's talking, it's like at time it'll go from like him literally on camera, like, and you'll hear first person and it's anchored to the front of the screen or the front of the room. And then they go to Glenn Powell's character, and it's like now Josh Brolin's voice is like behind you and over you or wherever it is, in wherever the case may be, because he's coming through a speaker in that area and he's talking to him. The way they utilize that, and then as Glenn Powell's like turning, the voice is turning with it, and the sound design for this, to your point, was like it is they use the sound to move you in the room. It felt like the room was pivoting around you at times, and it was like it really did feel like back in the day, like when Strange Days came out, that was like nobody had done that at the time. Nobody, that was like, oh my God, voices behind me, voices this, and it's like the echoing and all of that. Now for them to do that in The Running Man, you're just like, oh my God. And what's fun is as you're sitting there and listening to this, you're like, how come nobody's done it like this? You know, that to me is what's amazing. Just when you think you're like, movies they've done it all, right? We got Gravity, we've got this, we got that, we got Movie of the Year. We're looking at, Tron Ares, they did a great job. Or this year we got, Predator Badlands. You're like, oh my God. And you're like, what else can they do? And like I say, like, we need speakers on the floor. If we're going to if we're going to be pioneers of the future and do something different, we need more speakers. And then The Running Man comes out and you're like, I don't think I've ever heard it used quite that way. And that's what makes it fun. That's what made all of that fun. And that's just the audio side of it, right? It's, to your point, like the picture of it, the quality, there's the vibrancy of the colors, the saturation, everything like that. It's like, it's a very vibrant disc, but it also has there's a lot of dark scenes, a lot of great detail in the shadows. And it's like where you're looking to the side, like where you look at the mailboxes, but look to the side, because you're always looking like, what's next? Who's there? What's that? And there's a lot to behold, if you will, in this. And there's so much to this. Like you said, it's like, I'm having a hard time between I got Tron as number one, I have this as number one, and it's like I literally, as of right now, if we had to make the call, I'd have to watch them both back to back and see where I feel, because they both did something right now for me where they used the technology to not only enhance the movie, but to be part of the movie. And you know what I mean? That to me, it's like, as we do this year after year, it's not just to win the home theater, Brightside Home Theater Award for Home Theater Experience of the Year. You got to do more than just have good Atmos. It has to be a part of the movie, because we're getting a little bit more particular about our experiences.
Yeah, you don't just give away those Freddies.
No, not at all. I got dogs barking over here.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. You're right. I can hear. I mean, for me, it's this. Well, there's another film we might very quickly touch on in a minute, hopefully, just because I want to, give that its props as well, which is one that you've already reviewed. But for me, this is one certainly more than it'd have to be over Ares, because this is also a really good film. Whereas Tron Ares is, for me, not a great movie. This is a good film and a reference experience, which is always that bit more for me. It's why Sinners was so high, why F1 was so high for me last year. It's a good movie and an excellent experience.
Yeah, F1 winning an Academy Award for sound.
Yeah, and rightly so. Yeah, we called it first.
Absolutely.
And of
now
course,
F1 has a Freddie and an Oscar.
We know which one they want more.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not the Oscar. And Sinners, of course, for cinematography. Deej, see, we called it.
I mean,
they heard us. That was it.
Yep, there you go.
So no.
Although John Thompson's not happy about that one.
No, well, no. Is he ever?
No, yes, he is.
No, I know,
And that's how
I'm
you know you have quality if he likes it.
Yeah, not quite. But yeah, no, this is great. I was so pleased with this. I put this on as on an evening, kind of thinking, well, it'll be like the cinema. I'll enjoy it, but it's not going to be great. Yeah, it's fine. No one was more pleased than me when I just started this running. It was like, this is really good, and I'm well on for it. So yeah, it was very cool. So yeah, great stuff. Highly recommended. Well worth picking up. There it is. There's a little Freddy in the corner.
There we go.
There
Little
he is.
Freddy
Hey,
in the
Fred.
corner.
Hey, Fred.
There we go.
Hey, Fred.
Little Freddy. Hey, Fred. Hey, Fred. There we go.
Yeah, so
All right.
very cool. But whilst we're talking about then very cool deeds, do you mind if I just quickly talk the one that I'm sure you've gathered that is a ultra reference that I watched this week that you've seen? You'll know surely. There it is. Yeah, well done.
There we go. Okay.
Let me just quickly talk. I'll do this quick. I promise.
Yeah. That's fine. I've got time. There we go. There we go.
Okay. So only because we've just been talking reference, I thought I'd better talk this. So this, for those that are listening, those watching, is a Ben-Hur 4K UHD discs in Dolby Atmos, which I have imported from the US. I could not wait any longer after DJU had said everything you'd said about it, and everybody else had said how good it was, and it's not out here until next week. And bizarrely, because it's 2 discs, I think it's $26.99 here. And because it's been out in the US for a few weeks, and because Amazon are like that, they have dropped the price. And so I was able to get it from the US, have it shipped to the UK, and it was £5 cheaper than waiting for the English disc next week. So I got it earlier.
Oh, wow.
And I got it cheaper. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's true. So I had an unexpected day off yesterday. I'd forgotten I'd booked the day off. And so this arrived on Friday, I think it was. And I thought, you know what? Perfect. I've got a day. I can do this. And I was down in the cinema room at 8:30 in the morning, put this on, and just let it fly. And I managed to see the whole thing in one
in sitting.
morning.
Yeah.
And obviously I had to change the disc, but yeah. Now I had never seen this all the way through. Now I knew that before I sat down to watch it. Yeah, because it's just too long a movie. When you tune into this to TV, you catch little snippets of it. And I had never seen it. So this was not all the way through. So this was a very interesting exercise. And I have to say, I didn't know if I would engage with the story. I didn't know how cheesy it would be, how old school it would be. Would it engage me? Answer, yes, very much so. And by the way, may I just say, and one hates to criticize George Lucas on this show because we love George, but in this movie, and I did a timestamp on it, right? So you've got the prelude. Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about.
You've got your prelude. You've got, which is probably about 5-6 minutes. You know, your encore. Then you've got thing now at the 35-minute mark. Bear in mind you had your opening into, whatever you want to call it, prologue, right? Yeah. Then you go into the story at the 35-minute mark. The director and writer of this movie have managed to create 2 brothers, to all intents and purposes, in 35 minutes have shown warmth, shown a love for one another, platonically, of course, and then split them in a more convincing way in 35 minutes than poor old George managed in about, 2, 4, 6, 7.5, 8 hours with the prequels between Anakin and Obi-Wan. Now, frankly, George would have been well advised to have watched this before writing episodes 1, 2, and 3, because
he'd seen it.
Well, I'm sure he had, but you'd feel the warmth between these two. You see that in the most efficient of dialogue. You know what their backstory is. You feel the warmth between them. You feel their affection for one another. And then you see it shattered in 35 minutes, and you feel that tragedy in a better way. As much as I love
interesting take. It's like go on. Sorry, Deej, go on. No, I was interrupting you, but that's. I mean, I didn't even think of it that way. I didn't think of exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know the scenes you're talking about and how it does. It's great character development of to give you that feel, which does play out the other 3 hours.
Yeah,
Right?
well, exactly. But that tragedy of the shattering of the brotherhood, very Shakespearean, by the way. But that shattering of the brotherhood, the
It's
tragedy
called
of
life.
the one, yeah,
Right.
true. But this idea of brothers torn asunder, and then the effect of that fracturing on everything else around them, and then, I mean, in Star Wars, of course, it's galactically, but in this, in terms of the ramifications for the entire of Judea and Rome,
Yeah.
is something that is so cleverly done in 35 minutes that I was struck by how good that was. Anyway, so the story ripped along. 3 hours and 45 minutes raced by. I was never bored. I was never struggling to kind of keep with it. Bearing in mind it was 1959, so culturally there may be story issues, but there were not. I was engaged throughout, and I felt that sense of loss as it carried on. It flew by way more quickly than it should have done. I thought the story was excellent. Now, the only problem with it is it's so damn long. So, of course, because I'd like to watch this again and again and again, but trying to find 4 hours is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
But that's the only downside. Now, the only thing more excellent than the story, again, have you got your post-it note there, Deej?
Yeah.
Is home theater experience.
Yes,
nabbit.
absolutely. Didn't stick.
I mean, sometimes the word reference isn't long enough. And I think this is one of those times. I was just dumbstruck by how this looked. The opening construct, you get, and that's interesting. It lulls you into a bit of a false sense of security, because the prologue, of course, is just a close up on the David, and touching the hand, and there's print waiver in there, and you can see some swimming in the image, and it's not very sharp and all that sort of stuff. And of course that's on for about 6 or 7 minutes as the music plays. Music beautiful, by the way. We'll come on to that in a minute. So it's quite soft, and there is some swimming in the image, and there's some grain, and you're thinking, oh, well, okay, it's an old movie, and then it just snaps to this image of the Roman soldiers and this line of soldiers and people into back, and with the reds and everything else, and my jaw hit the floor. It was like, oh my, and of course helped by the ultra wide ratio, but it was just like, oh my God, I was not ready for that. And on it goes. And when you get to the chariot race, how they filmed that, how they were allowed to film that, I do not know. But it's phenomenal. And you can lose yourself. Look, I like to think I am a heterosexual male, but I have to say,
you like
Charlton
to think
Heston's
that, do
blue
you?
eyes. Well, I like to think so, as far as anyone knows.
I like to think it. I don't know if it's true, but
well,
I
after
think
this, having gazed into Charlton Heston's blue eyes for 4 hours, I mean, I'm not, but I would.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. So it looks, mate, now, it looks fantastic. Then the sound. Now, I mean, I dread to think how much money they've spent on this. This is not a hit the Atmos button. Right from the opening music, you feel as though you're in this auditorium, this ginormous cavernous space. The music floats. And I played your game, Deej. Actually, I played your game on this because, of course, the interlude, nothing's happening apart from the music, right? And as that's going on, I played the game, you and Jen's game of place the instrument in the sound field. Where is it? Right. Yeah. And it's a game you can play with this perfectly well. Because trumpets there. Okay. Right. Strings there. Okay. I can
close
hear
your eyes.
The percussion.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And all the way through it, you get this beautiful music. You get bass during the horse scene, although the chariot race, although the biggest one was the storm towards the end. So obviously, spoiler alert, people, Christ gets crucified, right? Sorry. 2,000-year-old story, but so
it wasn't Patrick Stewart's fault.
No, true. He's not in this, thank goodness, right? No issues with that. But when that storm happens, you get in the overheads, you get this thundering bass, and you get some. I was a bit worried the ceiling was going to come in. Where has this come from?
Yes.
So
wasn't that
this is really
amazing?
Powerful. Yeah,
exactly wasn't that amazing?
Yeah,
I came out of this theater and I walked into the kitchen and I think Larissa and the girls are out there or something. I was like, yeah, Jesus just died. It's like, because
Christ.
the whole house, it's like, it's like, the whole, I mean, it was, that is, talk about it. There's, bass sweeps there, the thunder, I mean, Carl, if you haven't seen this, Carl Ellsworth, if you haven't seen, there you go. That you've got to get that clip and just put that on every night. Like if you could get the clip, that'll wake you up every morning. You'll be a happy camper.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Your foundations, thank you, but
yeah, it's amazing.
This is superb. This, people, disc authors out there, this is how you do it. Let's have more of this, please. I've got the 10 Commandments on 4K disc, which I've not seen.
I almost watched it this week, but that is 4 hours.
Yeah, just under 4, and it's only DTS HD 5.1, but it is 4K, and of course it will be Panavision, Technicolor, same as this, I'm sure. But this is an exceptional disc, and again, it's got to be in the top 5. It's got to be, if not number 1. It has to be, between this and the Running Man and Tron Ares and Predator Badlands, and we're only in the second week of March.
Yeah.
I mean, what a year.
Yeah. I actually, it was like, what is 10 Commandments? Yeah. 351. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. So it's,
and it's 3 years earlier than Ben-Hur.
Yes. Yeah. So Charlton Heston again, of course, is Moses. Yes. So
it's another epic I've watched it before. I've seen the 4K.
And that's Cecil B. DeMille, isn't
gorgeous.
it? This is William Wyatt, or what his name is.
Yes. Yeah. And I've talked about that on the show before in 10 Commandments, and they show, like, you see the backdrop of Egypt and stuff, and you can tell, like, the green screen. You could see that in Ben-Hur too. You could see the edging around people and stuff of what they're using. So again, this was never supposed to see 4K HDR, but what we're getting, and this is a question for next week, but these movies that we're talking about, like 10 Commandments, Ben-Hur, Spartacus, Lawrence of Arabia, all of these movies are not only blowing away our expectations for an older movie, but the quality and depth of picture, like the saturation of color and everything, it's rivaling stuff from today. Right.
Yes.
Like with the best cameras today and the best abilities we have today, this is rivaling it. And I touched on it a little bit with Jim, but it's like, when you take the negatives from these movies, how much information, because you remember there's no pixel count in a negative. It's that what you get is what you shot. And that's when cinematography was so important, because it wasn't digital. It wasn't, you literally paid for every frame. So it was like, and you had to get your shot before the sun went down. There was no like, we can adjust this in post, or we can do that. So everything was so important, and the quality of the negatives that they're using, I think they're able to pull out more information. It feels like, and this is a car painter's version of it, but it feels like they can pull out more information from Ben-Hur, Spartacus, Lawrence of Arabia than they can live with today's cameras.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's like the depth that we're getting. And it's like, now that goes into, in a controlled environment, when you can have a negative that's shot so well, and you have so much information in that negative, is that what enables them to reproduce these today and put a dead on balls accurate pixel in every pixel on your screen? And is that, like, you know what I'm saying? Whereas when you shoot it today live, you're the quality that you're going to get is what you're getting there, where this is like a controlled environment. You have a negative with the information, and it has a ton of information. So you can take every ounce of information and put it into each and every pixel. Is that what's going on here?
Seems to be. I mean, Paul's saying, don't forget a good number of them were shot in 65 millimeters. So of course it's this, huge negative with all this stuff that's there. I mean, I wish I could explain it. I wish I understood it. And this might be something to talk about with
Absolutely.
Joel as well, in terms of kind of how this then can rival a movie from today. Bearing in mind the quality. I mean, it's exceptional. It is so good. I don't have the visual language, the vocabulary to describe the superlatives, to say how good this is, other than to just say, chuck it on the biggest screen you can, make sure it's calibrated. Hopefully you've got Atmos, and just enjoy.
Yeah.
Because
And it's basically what we've said about all these restorations from this time period.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, this isn't the first one, but
no.
and I'm not saying it's better than those, but you can't stop praising it, even though we've seen, like I said, like all of these other ones that have come before it, where you're like, it's just so rich in everything. So
yeah. And again, just feel free to get lost in Charlton Heston's blue eyes.
There you go.
Just goodness me,
deep blue eyes.
Oh yeah, wow, great.
All right, all righty then.
That was a quick one.
Yeah, that was good thing you went quick with that one, Steve. That's like our old 10-minute segments between
45 minutes later.
45 minutes later. Never mind the conversation we had before and after we recorded.
Yeah, indeed.
Let's see, what do we want to hit?
Do you want to do the show title now so we can really
we can wrap it up now? I'll save some of my other ones for next week.
Sure, it's up to you, man. Do you want to?
Yeah,
up to you.
We could do.
Sure.
All right, let me hit on this one really quick because it is a newer one. I don't know if you've even heard of this one. So let me see. Let's see, what's it on? I think it's on. Here we go. I'll bring it up. Boom. So Marshalls.
Spin-off.
Yeah, spin-off from Yellowstone. It's on CBS weekly, but I stream it. I think is it on Paramount? Is that whatever one?
It would seem to be CBS.
Paramount.
It says up there, so it's got to be.
Yeah, it's Paramount, whatever. But I'm doing the streaming. There's 3 episodes out now. I took in the first episode. I haven't finished Yellowstone. And if you don't want spoilers, don't start this. If you haven't finished it, I don't mind. So there's some stuff that, like in the exposition at the beginning of this, they explain what happened to. This is a story where Casey Dutton from Yellowstone becomes a marshal. If you know Yellowstone, you know Casey, you know the whole story, whatever. But I haven't finished it. I know who Casey is. I was really kind of excited for this show because I liked Yellowstone. So I took in the first episode. And the reason I want to talk about it is it's freaking gorgeous. The imagery that they show, it's like, I mean, this is network TV, shot for network TV, streaming on Paramount Plus. I do it with no commercials or whatever. And looking at the imagery that you talk, this is Montana, the landscape shot, everything, the sun coming up over the hills, everything was absolutely gorgeous. There's gunfire in this. Great. It's PCM and up mixed. It sounds great in the room, but I'm telling you, I mean, I'm considering this stuff almost at a level below streaming, if that makes, because it's not like a streaming. So this is shot for network television, right? Yeah. But now I'm watching this and I'm like, it's crisp. It's strong. It's vibrant. It's clean. It looks beautiful. And I'm just
is
like,
it new? It's not like
just came out. The first episode dropped like the beginning of the month, March 1st or something like that. So it's brand new. 3 episodes are out. I only took on, and it's 3 weeks old. That's why 3 episodes are out.
Okay.
So, but if you're a fan of Yellowstone and you want to check it and home theater wise, it is gorgeous. So I just wanted to mention that. So, but yeah, that was it. It's like,
I've yet to start Yellowstone. I need to. I'm still hoping they're going to release them all in 4K and just drop them all as one big set.
Well, I have them all in Kaleidoscape in 4K, and
I know someone that's itching to see them, so I do want to see them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get to our last show title for the week. Here we go.
Okay.
Take it away.
Do you want me to? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So this then is the. Let me see, 2014, 2013, something like that.
14, I believe.
2014, yeah. Movie Nightcrawler, the Jake Gyllenhaal starring movie. This is one that I imported from the US, ordered at the same time as Ben-Hur, by the way. They came a couple of days apart. This is a Steelbook release, but in 4K UHD and in Dolby Atmos, which is interesting. And yeah, so it dropped, and I watched it pretty much straight away. I think that picture does it a bit of a disservice. That kind of makes it look like a Fast and the Furious movie, which it ain't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think that's
no.
And do we think, by the way, I've just realized, despite the fact that I took that picture, I sort of thought that thing on the front of the car was like an air intake, like a goat.
Yeah.
But of course it's a camera, isn't it? I've just noticed that.
Just sitting there. I know
Yeah.
until I'm sitting here looking at the image right now. I'm like, wait a minute. But I think if you look at the image closer, it's because of the way they took it. It's meant to be the car's not moving, it's parked, and those are set on the hood. But we're
Those
looking at it
lines.
because of the lines and everything, and
Mhm.
it looks like it's flying. And you're like, and again, until you just said that, or actually right before it, I was like, wait a minute, that isn't an intake because it's off center too. But
Yeah, quite. It does look like one though, doesn't it?
yeah, yes, absolutely.
So yeah, it does it a slight disservice, I think, in fairness, but still. Okay, so the movie is, it's awesome. And funny enough, I've got a question for you on that, Deej. So, okay, so the film is, Jake Gyllenhaal is an oddball, someone who clearly does have mental health issues. He's also very dangerous, but he has mental health issues. It's never really gone into, it's never really discussed. No one really kind of pinpoints what they are, but he clearly does have mental health problems. These days, I think we'd probably call it personality disorder.
It's only like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
But the labels have certainly moved on.
Yeah.
So I think there's potential Asperger's there. There's potential against multiple personality disorder, all kinds of issues this guy's got, but never touched on. No one ever really goes into that other than people say you're weird. And that's it, which is
no backstory to the character.
No, nothing.
No, and it's awesome.
Yeah, there is, by the way, they shot backstory. There is in the script, there was a backstory and they shot it. And very wisely, Dan Gilroy, who directed it, decided, let's not have that. It's better. The less you know,
as
the
a
better.
standalone. Yeah.
So the film itself is supposed to be a satire. The idea is Jake Gyllenhaal is a failure at various jobs. He's got all kinds of odd obsessions, and is when we meet him, he's up to no good. There's a fairly unsettling and unpleasant sort of opening, and then we then get into the story, and he falls into this career of what they call apparently night crawlers, which are people that
it's a real thing.
And they go around and they try to find accidents and things of interest to the local news, generally crime, and that's what he starts to do. And the way he does it and goes about it is unsettling and unpleasant. Now it's supposed to be a satire. Okay, it's supposed to be satire. And the question I've got for you, Deej, is because this movie it's an excellent film.
Yes.
But so the question I've got for you is this: does satire have to be funny? Just whilst you're thinking about it, just give me two. I've got to just. There's been a slight thing out here. Can I just have 2 seconds and I'll come back on? Can I just give me 2 seconds? I'll be back in. All right. Won't be a second.
Absolutely.
Cheers, 2 seconds.
Yeah. So while Steve steps away, we're talking obviously Nightcrawler. I won't answer Steve's question, but one of the things I liked about this movie, I mentioned it to Steve too, is that it to his point, satire, but I think of this as it's more of a psychological thriller to me. It lists as a thriller. It's not like action movie. It's not really action. It is definitely a thriller, but it's a psychological thriller because of the background of Jake Gyllenhaal's character and the acting and stuff. And we'll talk about it when we get into the home theater aspect of it, is that it's really enhanced in this. Jake Gyllenhaal's acting is enhanced in this, in that it's so much fun to watch him. And like I said, the psychological thriller part of it is like, what they don't give you a backstory to this. So what you're thinking is what, like, he is mentally off. Let's put it that way. And I mean, it's established early on, and he's a go-getter, and he reads and he absorbs information, and he's a lot like, if you saw The Accountant, he's a more, action version of Ben Affleck's character in The Accountant, where he's a go-getter. He can get out there. He wants to do something. He's very ambitious, and he wants to use his abilities to absorb information. And where he is on, like, where you say he's mentally off, it's like he takes everything as literal. So it's like, this is this, and this, and he's very factual. And as the movie plays out, it makes you like, this is like crazy. You can't do this. But now you're seeing him start to succeed, and you're like, what? And he's just, everything to him is black and white. And that it's like, this is the way it has to be. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to get. And I'm a go-getter. And he sees no issue with, if I'm doing it, it's right. And this is what I'm doing. And as this movie plays out, to like what Steve's saying about satire and stuff, you're like, is this possible? And it's highly, to me, it's highly entertaining because of the psychological part of the psychological thriller part of it. And that people could potentially be like this. I don't know if this could happen, but Bill Paxton plays a part in this movie that I think is meant to show you that Nightcrawlers exist. He's the grounded Nightcrawler. Like, this is the basis of reality, of these people that go out and get this stuff for the news, and the information. And then there's a whole other side of it where you get into the psychological thriller part of it, of where people, like, what the news is delivering to you, what they're trying to deliver. Are they trying to be accurate? And especially in this day and age, hey, Steve, in this day and age, are they trying to be accurate, or are they trying to be entertaining? Are they trying to get clicks? And again, this took place in 2014, 12 years ago. Clicks and stuff were just starting to become a thing. And I mean, this movie here, if you saw it, if it came out today, you'd be like, I don't even think they could make this today. They'd be like, too on the nose. Too on the nose with what's going on and how people are looking at the media right now and stuff, and be like, huh? And like, Rene Russo's character was awesome. I mentioned, while you were gone, I mentioned Bill Paxton's character. I mentioned him, Steve, as he's the grounded Nightcrawler. He's like the reality of Nightcrawlers, right? Like, there are people like that. And now Jake Gyllenhaal's character is, to your point, like the satire. And it's like, I think it can. In answer to your question, I think you can have satire that isn't supposed to be funny. It's just like, comics don't have to be funny, right? We call them the funny pages, but comics and that art doesn't have to be humorous. It just has to be like satire. Satire just, like, I don't know the exact definition of how to say satire, but I know what it means. It's like, I know the idea is, it's like, it's an alternate take to make you look at, go, oh. And it doesn't have to be funny, but it's like, what I was saying about Jake Gyllenhaal, what I referenced him, like, if you haven't seen the movie, think of a more action, a more ambitious version and go-getter version of Ben Affleck in The Accountant. Smart. And Jake Gyllenhaal is like, he's smart, he's driven, everything is black and white. This is how I want it. This is what I like. This is what I'm doing. And he's smart because he reads it, he retains it, and he understands. He's like, oh, okay. And he's very literal in everything. Right. Yeah. And that's, and I mentioned, I call it, it's listed as a thriller. I would say it's more of a psychological thriller.
Yeah, it's a drama too.
Drama, psychological thriller on his mental state, and then the psychological thriller of the state of the media and what it does.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's
awesome. Quite. I mean, it's a masterpiece. I think it's Jake Gyllenhaal's best role, and he's been in a load of great movies. I mean, he's a very good actor. But I think personally, this is his most ambitious role. I think it's his best role. He inhabits this character. Interestingly, DJ, it's interesting you say that, because the film for the longest time was called Coyote. And that him being that he's an animal. He's an instinctive
scavenger
animal. Yeah, quite. Yeah, exactly that. And so it was and again, as I'd read that this was a satire. And again, I don't think there's anything funny in this at all. I don't think this is funny. I don't think it's meant to be. I think if you're laughing at this, there may be some issues there. I think it's a dark movie, both literally and figuratively. Yes. So it's definitely more towards the darker end of satire, the serious end of holding a mirror up to society and criticizing
Yeah.
it in a way that is not supposed to be funny.
Right.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece of a film. It's a very good. Riz Ahmed's fantastic in it, as well as the put upon kind of assistant. Anyone that hasn't seen this film really should fix that.
Yeah.
You really should do yourself a favor and see it. Now, in terms of me, then, so yeah, 4K disc, and again, just been released and in Atmos. It's a thing of beauty. They've spent some time on this as well. Now, we talked earlier about dark movies. Now, this is a movie that is all about shadow. It's all about what happens between the hours of sundown and sunup. So the movie essentially is all night shoot. There's very little daylight. And funny enough, you get the impression in the very little daylight that there is that he's extremely uncomfortable in the daylight. The night is his kind of world.
Yeah.
And so most of the movies at night. And so what you get, though, is obviously that's a challenging environment for any 4K disc, because you get it wrong and you get black crush. You make it too bright, you lose shadow detail. And this is beautiful. How they have done this is, again, it's made for HDR before 3 years before 4K HDR was a thing in 2017. So you just get these Stygian black shadows that just makes everything look dimensional. It's hard. It's almost a character in and of itself. What is being shown and what is not being shown. What is clear and what is in the shadows. And of course, that has a psychological aspect in and of itself. I mean, I was thinking, DJ, as I was watching this, I'm always thinking about the next season. I was thinking about an LA season. Heat. Ambulance.
LA Confidential.
LA Confidential. Collateral. These kind of movies of kind of LA, askance, slightly, off center. It's beautiful. The colors, when there are colors, are lovely. The explosions when they come are great. The flames look really good. The neon of the city, the
lights of the city, the lights of the vehicles.
Exactly.
I brought your image back up because it has the car front and center right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a nice car as well.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And it's an amazing commercial for that vehicle too. In that, so this movie, like you said, everything you said about night and the details and the shadows. So as this movie started, it's like, I knew this car, I knew the image, I've seen the movie before, right? And it's like but as the movie plays out, he doesn't have that car. You forget that. You forget, because you're so enthralled with the movie, you're so enthralled with Jake Gyllenhaal, his acting, his eyes, which is all, I mentioned this while you were gone. It's like everything Jake Gyllenhaal does is enhanced by the picture, by the quality of the picture, because the vibrancy, the detail in his face, his eyes opening up, and the lack of the wrinkles in his forehead or the lack of the wrinkles on the side, everything he's doing is, and I read a thing where it's like, he did so many takes and he just wouldn't blink for that reason, to give that feel. And it's like, and I read that after I saw it, and I was like, that's what it was. It feels creepy. He feels it, and you don't know what it is.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Until afterwards, somebody, that's what it was. He never blinked. But getting back to the car and the color and the vibrancy, you're looking at it going, when a car shows up, it's that deep, rich red, that color. I mean, it's so shiny and so beautiful. And he even does something. There's a line in the movie when his partner puts the gas in, and it's like, that's me. If somebody, I'm like 100% all day long.
Me too.
Yeah, you did that wrong. Get your head out of your butt. He doesn't say this. That's what I would be saying. I'm like, do not ruin the finish on this vehicle. But that was, and it's like, you knew why the car was immaculate, right? But that is enhanced absolutely by the picture. And it's like you said, this is predominantly at night, but it did show a lot of sunrises, and they were beautiful. Beautiful sunrises. And it's like, now the light's coming up, and you're like, it looked awesome.
It did. And it does. It's great. I mean, and I noticed some details that I'd missed before. I missed it. So the incident at the beginning, he takes something from someone at the beginning, and I didn't realize until I watched this again on this side screen. I never saw it in theaters, so this is the biggest screen I've seen it on. The thing he takes, he wears throughout the film, and he's still wearing it at the end. And it's this thing about
I know what you're talking about.
So this thing that he took, this step that he takes at the beginning, is then with him throughout.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh, that's kind of a cool little thing, and I quite like that. And it's ill-fitting. It doesn't fit him properly. And that also is a metaphor then for this idea that this life doesn't fit him. Nothing fits him correctly because of his own particular issues, of which he has many.
But he's trying to make it fit to him.
Fake it till you make it. Exactly.
Yes.
That. But he, and so that's a kind of a visual metaphor again for him as a person. So I thought that was brilliant. And the detail on of the image lets you see that throughout the film. And he never takes that off, no matter how he changes his, the rest of the things around him. Yeah. So that's very cool. And then the audio. Now say this is that one in Atmos stage? Is
no,
the
DTS Master Audio.
So
it sounded amazing.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Well, the thing that stood out to me on this, you get a lot of pans with sirens moving around.
Yes.
A lot of traffic stuff, which is great. There is a car chase in it, which sounds great as well. Again, when he guns the engine of this, what is it, a V8? When he guns that, you've got that throaty roar, which sounds great. But the thing that made me jump more than anything, and I did actually jump in this, were the gunshots. The home invasion that you see
sounded great.
Yeah, just like made me jump a couple of times. They were really powerful kind of gunshots. So audio fits it perfectly. It gives that otherworldly atmosphere to some of this when he's kind of on his own and he's clearly in this particular headspace. It's a fantastic movie and an awesome presentation of this fantastic movie. So I again, another one it's all gold tonight. I highly recommend this to fans of this film. And if you haven't seen it, as I say, fix it. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. Really, really good film. So can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like, and it's one of those movies that when I saw it, the first time I saw it, it's like, oh, it's amazing. And then we get into doing other things. And then when I saw you watch, I was like, all right. And then you start watching it again and you're like, it all comes flooding back, and there's so much to talk about with it. There's so much depth to the movie, literally to almost like every character. I mean, Bill Paxton's character, there's not a lot of depth, but even Rene Russo's character, the assistants in her room, and like their motivation, like they're trying to pull back, and so they're giving you that, like, they're showing you like this isn't normal. People are admitting this don't seem right, but they're getting away with it. They're doing this, they're doing that, and this is how you get away with it. And this is how things happen. And it's like, is this right? Doesn't matter. Is this legal? No. Is it ethical? Is it this? It's like they ask all these questions, but yet the movie keeps going, and it's like everything, and you're wondering, how is this possible? And it's so
she's a very tragic character in this. I feel a lot of sympathy while she's doing horrible things. If she's got a very tragic story in and of herself, and how he relates to her. And I mean, that one scene, that long unbroken
his scene that he breaks it down to her, the monologue, it's almost like a monologue to her, and the way they shoot it, and him coming at her into the room and talking and getting to her and knowing all that information about her. And it not only is it devastating to her character, but now you're also understanding how thorough he is.
Yeah.
Right. And
how ill he is.
How ill, but how learned he is. Like, he's like, I got this. Like, just the wherewithal for him to even look at, you don't know what you're going to find when you look it up. What if he didn't find out the information that he needed to make that happen? But he got it. He used it. He twisted it. And he did all these things to manipulate a person into doing what they probably wouldn't have done.
Yeah,
like I said,
well, we know she wouldn't have done, because she turns him down again and again and again, and he keeps going, and then gets her into a position where she can now no longer have that control. Some might say this is a treatise on coercive and controlling behavior, Deej.
That's exactly where I was going with it. I'm like, yep, exactly. It's like he uses the information to make her make the decision to rationalize to do these things. This is why you want to do this. No, he doesn't force her to do it. He uses the information that he has at hand to manipulate her into making the decision on her own, so he can then say, I didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah, well, quite. And then, of course, maneuver into a position where she no longer can control what she does and what she does. And it's not just psychologically, but physically as well, as we discover in that last devastating line I expect you to do what I tell you to do in your apartment. It's like,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah. Oh,
The first time I heard that, I'm like, did I hear
Yep.
that correctly? Like,
I know.
what the,
Yeah.
that was
because
just
this is a
devastating.
movie that doesn't use the gratuitous stuff. They use suggestion,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, oh my, which is even more powerful
Yeah. Oh,
than
yeah.
that. Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
So,
yeah. It's a great film, a masterpiece, I would say. Frankly, it
Yeah.
really is good. Not
Yeah.
much I could critique in this. Yeah,
No.
very, very good. So yeah,
doesn't seem
great
to
week
get the
this-
credit though.
It has been largely forgotten. Again, it didn't win a lot of awards. It didn't it wasn't a big splashy movie. And yet Dan Gilroy is the brother of Tony Gilroy, who, who's a Hollywood player and people know him. It seems to have kind of just one of those excellent movies that people have forgotten. And it's only every now and then someone mentions it. You're like, oh, do you know what? That film's great. And then you kind of see it again. And I'm so glad I imported it again, from the US. Again, it's not expensive, well worth getting hold of. People over here, there's no sign of a UK release. And there's a slew of these steelbook releases from Open Road, who are the production company. I don't know if it's Gyllenhaal's company. I don't know if it is or if he's linked to it, but this Open Road is the house that's behind Nightcrawler, The Grey. It's behind End of Watch. These movies that I've been talking about recently that have had these steelbook releases. Open Road have been in front of all of those. So I'm assuming they've had some hand in this. But yeah, they're all very, very good indeed. And more to come.
Yeah. On Kaleidoscape, it's 4K with Dolby Vision.
Yeah,
And
this is DV, I think, as well.
Yeah,
I think it is.
and it's by the studio Shout Factory.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh,
They
Shout
got-
doing Kaleidoscape.
Oh, they have been. They do. They collaborate with them.
Oh, nice.
So they'll do their version, and then
Mm.
later on, after the sales maybe die down, they give it. They work with Kaleidoscape, so they'll give their
Yeah.
version to Kaleidoscape from there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I don't think these are Shout ones. I think these are studio ones, but they're all of a piece, as I say. They all seem to be
Yeah.
Open Road. So I think there's been some deal done there. But of course, they're all great genre movies. So the only winner is us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so
Yeah.
good.
Very cool. Really, really
So
good.
good.
And a worthy
All
show
right.
title. This one.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Over 2 hours. We started late, but we still ended up with over a 2-hour show.
Oh, man.
Um,
Can't stop us once we get going, Deej.
No, no. Well, yeah, that's the only thing that does stop us is our real life schedule. Oh my God, could you? Yeah, it's crazy. Time flies, and we didn't even get to everything.
No, man, I've still got
Like,
1, 2, 3,
I've
4,
got
5,
stuff left over. Steve, look at that.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've got 9
I've
in
got
the
like
bag.
3. I've got like 3, I think. 3 left
Yeah,
over.
And some seriously cool stuff still to come as well. It's an embarrassment of riches at the moment.
Yeah,
And not just the ninja stuff, although that's part of it.
so much fun.
Yeah. So again,
All
should we
right.
remind everyone? So next Wednesday for the show.
Next Wednesday
Thursday
is
for
the
the
regular
panel.
show. Next Thursday, 4 p.m., we have our roundtable panel discussion about, display. What's the most important part in your display? What's, quality of image? What's all that stuff? So the link for that should be going up tomorrow on YouTube. We will be going live again, 4 p.m. And probably around 5 p.m. We'll be taking questions thereabouts. So this one will be on time. This isn't this is real stuff here. This isn't just me and Steve messing around. We're talking. This is legit. So when I say 4 p.m., I mean 4:22. Yeah. So 4 p.m. Be on time because we're going to be on time. Because to organize all these people, it has to be like everybody's schedule has to fit in. So it's like in getting Joel and getting, Andre doing all this stuff. And we're talking we got Steve in England. We got people on the West Coast, Joe Klosnick on the West Coast. I mean, I think most of them are on the West Coast except for, I don't know where Joel is, honestly. I forget. And then obviously me here on the East Coast, but I don't matter.
Don't be like that, Deej. Of course you
I'll travel the globe for this show. Right, Steve?
Well, we tried.
Yeah, we tried. So, all right. That will do it for this week. We will see you next week with a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to, I can't promise anything, but I'm going to try to get something out on Tuesday. Maybe some edits, some stuff lead up to the Thursday show. See, maybe put out something with me and John Thompson or something like that, but we'll see. But everybody, thank you everybody in the chat. Lively chat today. It dropped out a little bit, but I think YouTube stopped showing us the numbers, but then it's back and strong. So yep, thanks to the patrons keeping this show going. If you want to support and get $1 a month, and if everybody did it, Steve and I could do this every day, and we could bring John back because he could retire and do this every day.
Worth pointing out, Deej, just so we may have a new Patreon.
Okay.
We do have one, just so we can talk that next week, but I think I've got a new one.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're bringing it to me. I thought, okay.
Yeah, I've had a DM.
Oh, okay. Nice. All right. All right. That will do it for this week. Till next week, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.